It was the kind of statement that turns heads in chancelleries across the world. Emmanuel Macron, President of France, declared that his country would unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state this September at the United Nations General Assembly. A bold gesture, perhaps, but in reality, a dangerously timed move that exposes not only the fragility of Western leadership, but Macron's desperate grasp for relevance. This would make France the first G7 nation to officially endorse such recognition, and he's doing it in the aftermath of one of the darkest moments in Israeli history, the Hamas massacre of October 7, 2023. More than 2,200 Israelis were slaughtered, civilians abducted, tunnels in Gaza echoing with the screams of the kidnapped. And now, amid Israel's ongoing defensive war, Macron rewards this chaos with a flag. Let's be clear, this isn't diplomacy, it's appeasement. When you recognize a state without negotiations, without even asking for concessions from its so-called leadership, you don't promote peace, you reward bloodshed. What Macron is doing mirrors past mistakes, like the collapse of the Oslo Accords, sabotaged by waves of Palestinian violence. Once again, we are seeing gestures over substance, symbolism over security. The Palestinian leadership today is fractured and corrupted. You have the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, a shell of legitimacy. And in Gaza? Hamas, a genocidal terror regime. Neither wants peace with Israel. They want power. And in the middle of all this, Macron wants to plant a diplomatic flag. Meanwhile, in countries like Greece, where thousands of Israelis now seek refuge and invest in second homes, the feeling is different. These are people looking for safety, for stability. And they're choosing Greece, not Gaza. That speaks volumes. Macron calls this a continuation of France's historic commitment to Palestinian rights. But let's not forget, France also has deep historical ties to Israel and to the Jewish community, the largest in Europe. And yet, while anti-Semitism rises in France's streets, Macron chooses symbolic politics. The reaction from Washington was swift. Former U.S. President Donald Trump dismissed Macron's statement entirely, saying, and I quote, "What he says doesn't matter." Senator Marco Rubio went further, calling it a slap in the face to the victims of October 7th. And he's right. What Macron is offering Hamas is not justice. It's marketing. This isn't peace. This is optics. And it's coming from a president with an approval rating of just 19%, the lowest since he took office. A president weakened by economic stagnation, political protests, and a crumbling centrist alliance. A prime minister interviewed by his niece-in-law. A media system fully controlled, political dissent equated with treason. That's not democracy. That's pathology turned malignant. And now, anti-Semitic thugs, tolerated by the government for years, attack Israeli cruise passengers. Make no mistake, this announcement risks far more than Macron's reputation. It fractures the NATO consensus at a time when Western unity is vital, as Russia tests our borders and China tests our resolve. It isolates Israel, a key partner in anti-terror intelligence. It emboldens Hamas, a group whose entire strategy hinges on exploiting global sympathy. And it does nothing, absolutely nothing, to improve the lives of ordinary Palestinians who suffer under both Hamas oppression and failed governance. If Macron truly wants peace, he should pressure Palestinian leaders to disarm, denounce terrorism, and negotiate. Instead, he hands out recognition like a souvenir from a failed summit. France must walk this back before September. Otherwise, Macron's legacy will not be peace, but betrayal. And the free world will pay the price.